Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I wanted to talk about running shoes and running gear in general. What I like, what I don't like, my preferences. Um, by the way, this video is in no way, shape, or form a guide on how to purchase. It's just what my experience has been with respect to different gears that I've tried over the years. Um, I am, um, by the way, right now I'm walking along the Parliament Hill neighborhood in Ottawa. Recently moved to the city, so still exploring the neighborhood. So I don't know if you can see the background. We got, I believe, the canal here, and then that's the direction that we're going to be walking back. I just finished a very quick 5K run. Initially, I was going to make the video while running, kind of like my last ones, but I had ordered food and the restaurant was about to close, so had to just run really quick to grab my food. Now we're walking back home. But yeah, back to the topic. Let's start with running shoes. So the reason I am making this video today is because I recently purchased my new road running shoes, the Ultra Taurin is how they pronounce it, Taurin 8. So that sort of prompted me to sort of explain my rationale behind getting different types of footwear. So if you guys have watched my previous videos, I'll link them in the description, but you would know that I also run in sandals, Luna sandals to be specific. So I like the whole minimalist vibe when it comes to running as well. So over the past few years, I've run in everything from Nikes, Brooks, Ultras, sandals, and everything in between. From extremely high cushion shoes to being 2 millimeters away from running barefoot. So my biggest learning from trying different footwear is you should always go for something that suits your feet as opposed to going with something that might be in fashion. So for example, your favorite running influencer or the person who you admire the most might be wearing the latest and greatest Nikes, the most expensive ones, or whichever other company. Nike is an example. I would not just blindly follow them because every feet is different, and you would want something that suits your shape, your sizes. Oftentimes we make the mistake of going with the latest trends, which I just don't think works. For instance, I have wider feet. So because of the way my foot is shaped, not every single shoe fits. You can take, let's say, 5 brands from Brooks, Nike, Hoka, Solomon, and 5 more. Chances are that half of them are not going to be the best fit for my feet, right? So you just have to be extremely careful. The easiest guide I usually tell is go to a nearest running store in your city, and then get them to do measurements of your feet if you're doing it for the very first time. They usually have the scales, or nowadays they have these electronic machines where you can just stand up and it will measure the whole it will just do an imaging scan, I guess is how they would say it, of your feet. So get that done, get exact and accurate measurements, and then from there on, the second thing that you would want to do is figure out what you want to do with the shoes. Do you want to just do road running? Do you want to do trail running? Do you want, are you a beginner? So do you want to go with very extremely well cushioned shoes, or do you like the feel of the ground beneath you? So that sort of goal determines that even if you pick a specific brand or you go with a specific type of shoe, with the cushioning and your goal, which ones do you pick may vary a lot, right? So that would be the second thing. The third is just wear them at the running store and walk. Oftentimes, some of these running stores might also have treadmills. Just get on it, run for like 2 or 3 minutes on it. You will get a feel in terms of how good your feet are responding to it. Of course, 2 to 5 minutes of running is in no way indicative of how good the overall footwear is going to be. But still, you will get an idea, right? Oh, by the way, I don't know if you can, I don't know if this is wide enough to capture the whole Parliament Hill neighborhood, but just so you know where we're walking by. So yeah, cushioning, go to the running store, run and walk a bit, try different brands, see which feels the most natural to your feet. Again, I will insist it for 100th time if I want to. Don't go with the latest and greatest trends of what other runners, especially elite runners, are doing. Just because a shoe fits well for them doesn't mean it's going to fit well for you. Oftentimes, some of these elite runners get custom shoes made for them by these companies. So they have a very close relationship. They have sponsors. They have, they get stuff custom made for them. As an ordinary hobbyist runner, probably not going to have that luxury. So why go after that? So yeah, that's the general guidance. First and foremost, don't follow the trend. Second, go to a running store, get fitted. Third, look for your goals, whether you want trail, road, do you prefer more cushion, less cushion? If you don't know, I would say generally just as a first timer, go with something in between, not super cushiony, but also not completely minimalist, and just try it out for some time. My initial journey in terms of trying to train for half marathons started with Nike's Pegasus shoes, and then I moved to Brooks because I actually forgot my Pegasus while I was traveling for my first half marathon. So I had to buy Brooks because those were the only ones available at the running store that would fit my feet, and Pegasus were out of stock. So fun fact, my first half marathon was done in brand new shoes, which I know is an insane thing to try. Not recommended at all. You should break in your shoes, train in them before you run. But, I just didn't have a choice. Was an uncomfortable run to say the least, but it is what it is. So Brooks GTS was my first Brooks. And then for my trail running, I went with Ultras just because at that point I found out more about Ultras, and I loved the whole concept of, having shoes that are naturally wide in the front zone, how I would say it. So Ultras is a really good brand, specifically for trail running. They sort of, I think, made their mark with trail running shoes, and now their road runners are also pretty good. So I went with Ultras. Olympus I think that's the brand. Olympus, by the way, is extremely, I think, very, very cushiony. The most cushioned shoes at that time, at least, that Ultras had. And when I bought this, I was not into minimalist running at all. I just bought the most cushioned shoes because my goal was to run ultra marathons, and I was like, I would probably need cushioning for long distances. So that was the goal. So I bought Ultras, ran in them, did a couple of ultra marathons, and then for the road, my Brooks GTS wore out, my Nikes wore out. I bought another pair of Brooks, and then I also bought running sandals. No, actually, before running sandals, I bought Vibram's Five Fingers, the glove shoe, because I wanted to experiment with minimalist running, and those seemed like a good option. So I bought Vibram's. I don't remember the name of the exact like sort of sub-brand, but I bought two of them, one for road running and one for trail running. And I did a lot of running in those. Pretty much all of my zone 2 or easy runs on road were in Vibrams, and then pretty much all of my trail runs were on Vibrams for quite a while. I guess 2-3 years. And then I think this might be a better view. And then I also did Grand Canyon rim to rim in my Vibrams, the trail versions. And then eventually I was like, you know what, let's just get the sandals. There wasn't a lot of difference in terms of the ground feel between my Luna sandals and my Vibrams, but I just wanted, especially in summer, I wanted the openness that I get with running sandals as opposed to, five fingers, because the five fingers do get a lot sweaty, which I didn't like. So I still have them. I wear them from time to time. I just change them, if I want to spice it up between my sandals and five fingers, I just do them. But I mostly do my zone 2 and easy runs in sandals. So yeah, that's my inventory. But recently I moved to Ottawa, and it gets a lot chillier, a lot more snowish here compared to DC and New York City, where I last lived. So I was like, I might want to get something which is slightly cushiony, like shoes for even for my zone 2 easy runs, because in cold, specifically if it has snowed before, when you go out in these sandals, you feel the cold in your feet, and it becomes unbearable sometimes. So you do need shoes, and I unfortunately forgot my Brooks back at my sister's place. So I had to go and buy a new pair, and instead of going with Brooks, I just went with Ultras because my trail running shoe experience with them has been amazing. Plus, because of the sandals, I'm used to running in like zero drop kind of footwear. So I just went with Ultras instead of Brooks this time. I'm pretty sure if my sister visits, she's going to bring back the Brooks, so I'm going to have an extra pair for road runners. But yeah, that's my general guide. Pretty long rant, pretty long generic guidance about what I prefer on shoes, but I feel like with running, shoes is the most important component. I think everything else is secondary. In terms of other running gears, I have a Garmin Forerunner 955, I believe. Yeah, 955. I oftentimes get confused between 955 and 945, but yeah. But my latest one that I have been rocking is Garmin's 955 Forerunner. Before that, I had another Forerunner, I believe 45. Yeah, I love Garmin's. I have heard good stuff about Coros, Polar as well. I highly recommend, specifically if you're going to be running in colder weather where it snows, I don't want to completely discourage people, but I would just say don't go for watches that have touchscreen, because the Apple watches and the Samsungs, they look really attractive, but if it's snowing, you're wearing gloves, you do need those. Touchscreen is good, and Garmin's have touchscreen, but you also need buttons, right? So you might be better off with something that's more athlete focused, which I feel like Garmin's and Coros and some of these other brands are. So I can't recommend enough. I won't say just go with Garmin, but anything that has physical buttons to also navigate other than just touchscreen. And something that has more sensors packed, that has higher battery life. My Garmin's can run through 10, 12 days without me trying to charge. sometimes. So I actually did my, I upgraded from Garmin 45 or 25. I don't remember which first version of Garmin Entry Forerunner was when I bought it, but I upgraded it from that to 955, mainly because of my need for longer battery life, specifically for ultra marathons. I have done a lot of them in Garmin's and never had the need to charge. Like, I'm literally talking about running for 12, 14, God knows how many hours in a day on a single charge, full GPS, multi-band satellite, all the sensors active with the highest sampling rate, you name it. And I have never run out of battery. And I don't feel the need to charge it every night, so I can just sleep with it, have my, HRV status from all the statistics compiled. I love the Connect app as well. I have seen Chorus's version of the dashboard where they compile all the statistics. That is also pretty amazing. Polar is also pretty good. So again, some of these brands that have more athlete focused features, I think are really good. You're going to be off, you're not going to go wrong with any of these. That's watch. I feel like after shoes, any running watch is a good gear to think about. Other than that, clothing is very specific to each person, so I don't want to comment a lot. Just go with what you feel the most comfortable with. Some people wear wool, some people wear dry wick, and trust me, I know athletes and people, hobbyists, swear by their version of clothing, and they say that's the best. And I have tried different stuff. Clothing again is extremely personal, so just go with whatever suits the best. If you are under a budget, just go with the cheapest option and just go out and run. As long as you have a shoe, you probably don't even need a watch for running, but as long as you have a shoe and a watch, everything else, don't worry too much about it. Don't put in a lot of money the very first day. Just first get into the gear of running, and then invest more money as you go. For trail running, I use for my trail running vest, I use Solomon's. I don't remember the exact model name. I'll probably find it out and put it in the video description. But it's a Solomon vest with you can put the flask in front, and then you have storage capacity in the back. Extremely handy. When you're doing ultra marathons, you're doing long trail runs. You want to put out a bunch of protein bars, water flasks, and a bunch of other stuff like caps and other gears that you might want to put in. Now I also use cameras and stuff, so been extremely durable. Has taken a lot of beating, but I have not regretted it one bit. So Solomon, shout out to them, amazing brand, and they make amazing trail vests. And then like I said, other than trail vest, shoes, watches, clothing, I think that's pretty much it. I also use a heart rate monitor, like a chest strap. I use Polar's heart rate monitor. I think it's H10 or something. I don't remember the exact model number again. I'll probably find it out and again put it in the description box. But I use that because specifically if I am doing track runs, I want a very accurate reading of my heart rates. And when it's extremely cold, I wear my watch on my sleeve, so it's not in direct contact with my skin. Sometimes even on top of my jacket. So to get a more accurate heart rate readings, I just put on my heart rate chest strap under my shirt. Pretty good, very reliable. Battery lasts like forever. Mine hasn't discharged in like God knows since when. So Polar heart rate monitors. Again, you probably don't need all of this stuff unless you are very serious and you have gotten into the groove and you care more about getting certain type of statistics. Like I obsess over statistics a lot from time to time. So take it how you want it. Most of the time, just get decent running shoes, start running. If you want, get a watch, start running in them. If you're not 100% sure whether you want to take running that seriously or not, or are you going to be running seriously or not, just go with whatever watch you have right now, even if it's a touch watch or touch screen watch, or just a cheap analog watch. It doesn't really matter. But yeah, as you get more and more serious, I would say you can sort of upgrade your gear based on your budget. But definitely go for something that's more durable in terms of watches or shoes. You don't want to make the mistake, specifically with shoes, getting something that's wrong for your feet, because running is an extremely injury prone sport. I know I'm sort of saying this at the very end of the video. I should have mentioned it at the earlier point, but running is extremely injury prone. And one misstep, you could be getting a hairline fracture and you're out for like God knows weeks, sometimes months, with like certain type of injuries to your body, and then you're gonna lose a lot of fitness. So yeah, that's my rant on running gear and shoes and whatnot. I felt like I should have done a review video of these new Ultra Torrents that I'm rocking in my feet right now, but it's my first run today, so it's a bit unfair to do a review video of these. I feel like a review should come after some time that I've done quite a few runs in them, so I can talk about durability. So maybe in future I'll probably talk about these a bit more. But so far my first run has been pretty comfortable, so no complaints so far, but we'll see how long they last and how durable these are based on my use case. But anyways, I will go home, eat my food, and I will see you guys later. Bye.